And that is the first red flag. I appreciate some people are very good in a traumatic situation, but bear in mind, this is a man who's been involved with the family for a long period of time. And we're now in a situation where he's just really calm, really helpful. Some would say a little bit on the over helpful side, because even he, in this situation, should be acting in a very anxious, fearful, sad, devastated way. Something awful has happened. And that's exactly what Luke DeWitt does, because firstly, when they look through his phone, he's literally got pictures, so photographs of Mr. and Mrs. Baxter dead in their armchairs. I mean, the horror that we are talking about as regards the mindset of a human being that can do this is not sufficient actually killing them. He's recording killing them. So DeWitt had actually installed a mobile security surveillance application on his phone, which had allowed him to monitor a camera in the Baxter's home and watch them die. That's what we're talking about as regards the depth and depravity of this man. So this idea that he's this nice, kind guy, an ethical volunteer in the local community is absolute bollocks. This man is a cold-blooded manipulator and killer. So he knows what's happening. And he's sitting there watching the couple die remotely through his phone. How psychopathic is that? How deviant? How dark? It's not enough to be the master of their destruction. He wants to be the person conducting the orchestra as they're taken into death. He's enjoying it. Think about all the time he had to change that scenario. A call to the emergency services, a sudden prick of conscience that tells him, don't do this. This is terrible. These are people who cared for you. No, none of that happens. He just watches and waits until the final act in the cultivation of this situation he's been waiting to play out evolves. That's how malevolent his nature is. The absolute dark triad exists in this moment when we describe him. That superintendent said DeWitt was one of the most dangerous men he'd ever seen during his policing career. So you can imagine the spectrum he's seen and that he stands out as the most dangerous. He went on to say he fooled everyone. He befriended people, came across as very amenable, very helpful. But in the background, he was a cool, calculated killer who spent years planning the demise of Carol and Stephen Baxter. And that's truth, isn't it?